Isn't it amazing that Eddie and Frank now, because they're fighting in the same, fishing in the same pond essentially.
Well, they are now
for the big promotions, right?
Yes,
But now all of a sudden they've joined forces.
Well,
that's incredibly powerful.
I think again, it's you've got to be smart, commercially smart in these industries to try and always drumming up and conjuring up. It's seemingly that's the way boxing has gone. There's been a lot more of that in boxing nowadays, isn't there? There has.
Absolutely. Frank joins us. Frank, there you go. Your modern day technology.
Back with us, Frank.
Good. I can hear you perfectly.
Right. So I just want to ask you about, how well done you. Congratulations. It couldn't have gone any better, not just for you personally, but, let's be honest, Eddie would have done all right out of it as well, even though he got battered.
Well, he did, but we all done well. It's good for boxing, and I'll tell you what, the fans got some terrific fights, and obviously I'm delighted with my team. Every one of them put a sterling performance in, from top to bottom. We got a world title. Nick Bull become our latest world champion in a fabulous fight, especially after he got badly robbed in his last fight only about 10 weeks ago, where he should be now holding 2 belts. But he's a phenomenal performance. Our team captain got us 4 points. Hamza Shiraz with a stoppage against a very good fighter, Amo Williams. That was a great win. Daniel Dubois proved all his doubters wrong. He's become the IBF interim title. He hopefully will be fighting AJ in the autumn, so we're working on that. So he did well. Big Bang Zhang done the business, and Scotland's Willie Hutchinson also done really well. So we had a really good night. Yeah,
your boys were terrific, Frank. They were. Zhilei Zhang obviously beating Deontay Wilder. Frank, how difficult is it? And have you ever had to do it? Have you ever had to sit in front of one of your guys and say, "Listen, that's enough. Time to hang the gloves up"?
Yeah, I have. I've done it on numerous occasions, but the problem is whether they listen.
Right.
And unfortunately, in boxing, what they can do, they go somewhere else.
Look, that's the point.
The thing about fighters they are the first to know when their powers are gone, when they're not the fighter they were, but they're the last to admit it. Right. That's the problem. And you've got people around them who keep saying, just have one more. But you can't do that because all you're doing, you're putting miles on the clock and it comes back to haunt you in later life. He should have hung up his gloves after he fought Tyson because they definitely took a lot out of him. But let's hope now that's going to be the case and that's his last fight.
Frank, it did feel whoever got beat in that particular fight, they may well struggle to look where their next move is. Congratulations to Zhang. He's a big boy and he absolutely battered Deontay Wilder. It was a very, very convincing victory, even though he got the knockout. What next for Zhang?
Well, look, he's up there. We're looking to probably do a big fight in China. We're talking at the moment. We're about to start negotiations with the people who approached us, and that'd be a great homecoming for him. He's a lovely fella, by the way. He doesn't speak, very good English, but I'll tell you what, great fella, and he really got into the groove with the team, and there was quite good team camaraderie, and they all got behind each other, and he really was part of it. But he's got some big fights there, and once Tyson has his rematch in December against Usyk, there's going to be lots of defences. And if he keeps winning, he'll be one of the guys that the winner will have to fight. Yeah.
Dubois, Joshua, Frank, Wembley or would that be Saudi too?
We would love it to be in the UK. They're two Brits. It would be a great fight to put on at Wembley. And we do have a press conference later on this month, and hopefully then we can make some announcements. But AJ was ringside. I was sitting next to him. In fact, I said to him, "Right, come on, let's get this on." And we've got discussions going on, so hopefully we can get it over the line.
And that format, Frank, on the night, can you see more of that sort of thing happening?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we want to do a lot of them because it'll take away the uniqueness of it. But certainly, they're like our cup finals or our European, the Champions League finals. They're really good events. I mean, everybody really got into it. It was so competitive. I mean, I was jumping about like a bloody 30-year-old. I don't know. I'm paying the price now. I'm aching all over. But it was everyone got so into it, and it was so competitive, and it was good working with Eddie, to be quite honest, as well. I enjoyed it.
You're best of mates now. It's good to see.
Yeah. He snores though. That's English. It's not good.
Well, wake up and give him a coffee. So I just want to go back to Daniel Dubois. This was a big night for a number of fighters, but I felt that Daniel Dubois is, you're waiting for the real Daniel Dubois to stand up. It felt as he come of age at the weekend. Would you agree with that?
Well, he did. I mean, he had a good win last time out, Jason. He did have a very good win against Big Baby Miller, where he had to dig deep. And he had to dig deep in this fight. The first couple of rounds,
it didn't go his way,
took him a couple of rounds to get into it. But once he got his jab going, he took command and dominated the fight. I mean, he busted him up badly. And if he hadn't been, he was very lucky to survive the round before it got stopped. He was like he was going to be knocked out then, and the bell saved the Croatian. But look, he's there now. He's 26. Most of there's only two heavyweights ranked in the top 12 under the age of 30 at the moment, and he's one of them. So, it's a young, the next generation are coming through. Him and AJ is going to be a magnificent fight, and I'll tell you why, because they're both big punchers.
Yeah. What's next on the agenda for Queensberry, Frank?
Well, we're going to go out today, and we're going out on the lash today, and then we'll get back tomorrow. We're going to go and celebrate, and then we're back to business. We're back to reality. We're back to York Hall. We've got a show at York Hall this week. We've got a couple of cracking shows next month. We've got another Magnificent Seven show up in the Midlands in Birmingham. We've got a show at the O2. We've got Joe Joyce in with Chisora and a fantastic undercard. And then we're as I say, we'll be announcing the show for Wembley on the 21st, which we're doing with the Riyadh season.
Great stuff.
Frank, listen, appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done, Frank.
It was a brilliant night's boxing. And of course,
thanks, fellas.
And you absolutely battered Eddie Hearn as well. Enjoy it. Cheers, Frank.
Thank you.
Frank Warren there, head of Queensberry on the back.
Do you know, amazing, isn't it?
Brilliant night for him.
When we lose a game at football, Jay, right? You come in for a couple of days. When it was interesting, John was saying about Jose, he didn't want to talk to him much for if you lost, Football, but you have to get over it pretty quickly because you go.
There's another game.
There's another game a few days later. For these guys, every time they go in the ring and then they come out on the wrong side of it, you got days, weeks, months trying to sit about thinking about analysing it until you get it's such a tough business, that boxing, and it's why they command the big bucks. It really is.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.